Right now this morning, a dramatic 7-hour police pursuit crosses 2 counties. What sparked the massive manhunt? We'll have the latest developments. And fluoride in your tap water. Why dentists say the controversial additive could be the key to better health.
Plus, we have brisk and breezy conditions this early morning with showers on the way for this evening. I'll have more about that coming up for you in just a moment.
Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us for News 8 Now this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Mark Gerhardt.
It is Wednesday, November 13th. It's feeling like November 13th out there, right?
For this location, I would say yes.
Yes. You're still adjusting. You're still, trying to unfrost.
Still freezing?
Yeah, it's still freezing.
Like Mariah Carey. Let me get into your local weather here as we go right into this playing out. Hey, brisk conditions. Why? Because the wind chill's coming in for southeasterly winds sweeping through the area right now. Wind gusts up to about 21 miles per hour. They will get up to at least 26 miles per hour as we finish out most of the morning and getting into the early afternoon. Then we've got shower activity on the way, as you can see here. So we'll also be seeing early morning showers or early showers coming in the evening hours. I should say early evening for your evening commute. Then we have that coming in to fill in wider portions of that rainfall sneaking into the picture here. As you can see some of that right now kind of working your forecast slowly but surely working towards Minneapolis, and then eventually that's going to come in our way, but not until the evening hours. It's going to stall a little bit. Cloud covers associated with this as well. Right now we're partly cloudy. We'll get to mostly cloudy skies within an hour or two. Then we're going to find ourselves like this. We'll get into average temperatures. You can see 47 to 42 degrees. This is what we normally would have this time of year, but you can see we're a little bit ahead of that. We're over that right now, much warmer than our local temperatures are, at least by about 5 to 8 degrees. You can see in some cases we're warmer now up to 9 to 10 now. We'll also hold on, as you can see across the region, getting a little bit closer. You're seeing how it feels outside, mostly in the 30s, just near freezing and below freezing. When I come back, I'll give you a better overview of how this will last throughout your day. Stick around.
New this morning, the Monroe County Sheriff's Department says a 7-hour manhunt has ended with one arrest. According to investigators, it started around 1 p.m. yesterday when state patrols tried stopping a vehicle on I-90-94 in Juneau County. After a brief pursuit, troopers say they backed off for public safety, but hours later, Monroe County deputies spotted the same vehicle near Tomah. The driver, 39-year-old Demetrius Johnson of Racine, crashed into a ditch and then ran into the woods. A drone team from Fort McCoy eventually spotted him about 8:30 last night. With the help of a K-9 unit, deputies took him into custody. The arraignment for 52-year-old Shane Helmbrecht is on hold. His lawyer trying to appeal his latest competency hearing. Helmbrecht is accused of killing his neighbor Jen Ward in 2016. At the time, he allegedly told police he heard voices telling him his neighbors were eating babies. In September, an Eau Claire judge said Helmbrecht was fit to stand trial. A Tennessee woman accused of driving through a Christmas display in Chippewa Falls has been sentenced. You may remember this. It happened last December. Police say 33-year-old Ebony Hudson drove through the holiday display in Irvine Park. She's now been sentenced to 11 months in jail and ordered to pay $6,000 in damages. Some breaking news this morning. The New York Times reporting U.S. Special Counsel Jack Smith plans to step down before President-elect Trump takes office. Smith, of course, is the one who brought those 2 cases against Trump, one accusing the president-elect of withholding classified documents, the other accusing him of attempting to overturn his 2020 election loss. Trump has denied those charges and has said he would fire Smith within, quote, 2 seconds after taking office. Soon, President-elect Donald Trump will return to the White House to meet with the man who ousted him nearly 4 years ago, that, of course, President Joe Biden. Mr. Biden has said that he invited Mr. Trump to the People's House to help ensure a smooth transition. It comes as Trump has been busy this week naming his picks to lead up key roles in his upcoming administration. CBS News' Jared Hill has more for us.
This morning, President-elect Donald Trump back at the White House, meeting with President Joe Biden, who once called him an existential threat to democracy.
He believes in the norms. He believes in our institution. He believes in a peaceful transfer of power.
The visit comes as Trump has been quickly building his new administration. Yesterday, the president-elect said billionaire Elon Musk and entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy will co-chair a newly created Department of Government Efficiency designed to dismantle government bureaucracy and slash excess waste, calling it the Manhattan Project of our time.
Your money is being wasted, and the Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that.
Trump also nominated former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee, a strong defender of Israel who's against a two-state solution with Palestinians, as U.S. ambassador to Israel. Former Texas Congressman John Ratcliffe, once Trump's director of national intelligence, picked as CIA director. And Army veteran and Fox News host Pete Hegseth named Secretary of Defense, a pick that drew this reaction from the top Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee.
He does not seem to have much of a detailed background in DoD policy. The lack of experience is concerning.
The new Republican-led Senate will have to confirm Hegseth and other Trump cabinet-level picks in the coming weeks.
Incoming First Lady Melania Trump not expected to accompany her husband on his visit to the White House today, though First Lady Jill Biden did extend an invitation for a traditional tea. Meanwhile, down Pennsylvania Avenue at the Capitol, Republican senators expected to vote on a new leader today. The three prospective candidates include John Cornyn of Texas, John Thune of South Dakota, and Rick Scott of Florida. The vote will determine who will succeed the current Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, who has held that position since 2007. And closer to home, Senate candidate Eric Hovde admitting he lost to Senator Tammy Baldwin, but he's not formally conceding the race. In a video on social media, Hovde's raising questions about the Milwaukee vote count, despite no evidence of irregularities. The bipartisan Milwaukee Election Commission and members of both parties have rejected those claims. Baldwin won by about 29,000 votes, or just under 1%. Hovde has until November 22nd to request a recount, which he would need to fund himself. Viterbo University is announcing its second round of layoffs this year. News 8 Now's Allison Fergut has the details on who will be let go and when.
Viterbo University is cutting 13 positions due to low enrollment numbers. Students say they're sad to see the cuts, but they're trying to stay positive about their university's future.
It is definitely nerve-wracking and just kind of overall sad.
According to the university, 9 faculty positions and 4 staff positions will be eliminated over the next 6 months.
With the smaller class sizes, I've made connections with my professors, so it's definitely going to be sad not seeing them around.
University officials say the cuts are to, quote, better pair the size of the workforce with current enrollment. According to data on Viterbo's website, total undergraduate enrollment has seen a 25% decline in the last 5 years.
I work in the admissions office, and I've kind of heard that, this is a low year for our first-year students on campus. So we're definitely working really hard right now to recruit students.
In a statement to News 8 Now, Viterbo's president says it's a difficult time for higher education, and Viterbo University is not immune to these challenges. We are continuing to take the difficult but necessary steps to balance our budget and position the university for a successful future. In June, the university cut 25 positions because of a projected $5.5 million budget deficit. But university officials say they've reduced the anticipated deficit by 35% for the current fiscal year. Still, students are concerned.
I definitely am nervous for the university, hopefully just a bump in the road.
I do trust Viterbo to make the right call for our education.
4 of the affected staff positions will be done on Friday, December 6th. The others will have their last day with Viterbo on May 14th. Reporting in La Crosse, Allison Fergut, News 8 Now, This Morning.
Thank you, Allison. And happening today, La Crosse planners want your input on the future of transportation in the city. The La Crosse Area Planning Committee hosting an open house this afternoon at the County Administration Building. The group is updating its long-term plan, which could include new bike lanes, automated bus fares, and demand-based parking. That event will run from 4 to 6 today in room 1107. If you can't make it, you can share your thoughts in an online survey at the website on your screen. The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news, more airlines are canceling flights around Haiti due to the gunfire. Women are stockpiling Plan B after the election, and hundreds of school teachers are on strike in Oregon. And Price Check, your grocery bills and gas prices in focus today as a new report follows yesterday's warning from economists. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. It is National Recycling Week, and it's never too late to start making a difference. Just one person recycling can help save water, reduce pollution, and keep waste out of our landfills. It's so easy to do, too. That is the message behind this week's celebration, which started in Australia, but now inspires people around the world to go green. And now leaving you with a live look, wake-up call of the White House. This, of course, just a few hours where President Biden and President-elect Trump are expected to meet. They will go over a smooth transition of power. Biden inviting Trump to this meeting today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The lawyer you choose makes a difference because you get this one chance to get this right, and you want somebody that's going to fight for you and get you the resolution that you need. I'm so glad that I called BGR.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
The holidays. And holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Well, I am really happy to tell you that we have already made a commitment at Gunderson to do that. So we have asked all of our folks that when you need to fly, that you please prioritize flying out of La Crosse. We believe it's really important. It's our duty. We're the largest employer in this community, and I want to make sure that this airport is here for the long run, and we're committed to that. So people are taking that seriously and doing just that.
FlexSteel, furniture for living, furniture for life. On sale now at Drury's in Fountain.
It's so cold. I guess I should have called G&T Heating before the furnace went bad. Quite silly, really, with all the things that can go bad with a furnace. Plug vent, rust buildup, dirty flame sensor, the filter. Should have called G&T sooner. My fingers are freezing. They're numb. Oh. Take my extra pair of gloves. Extra gloves?
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face
with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
All right, it's a little bit brisk out there right now this early morning with winds picking up out of the southeast, and that will continue through the better part of the morning going into the afternoon. Then it will start to subside. We'll go into some PM showers as well coming in, say around the 4 o'clock to 7 p.m. hours for your evening commute. So that being said, you may see a little bit of wet on your windshield this evening. All right, so that's going to continue as we continue on overnight as well. We'll see this continue on for at least the 3 a.m. hour going into some clearing by the time we finish out by 4 o'clock. All that rainfall should be gone. There it is right now. There's the rainfall right now in two different portions. You're seeing one right there going towards the Twin Cities, extended down, and the one as you go a little bit lower down to the south, this is going to take its move all the way over into Chicago, and that's going to bring in some heavier rainfall there for them. That being said, let's take a look at what's going on here. We have the cloud cover also associated with this. That's been increasing through the morning. We're partly cloudy skies going to mostly cloudy skies within the hour or two. By the time we get in the noon hour, we should be in cloudy conditions for the better part of the day. day there with more showers potentially, as I've mentioned, coming into the evening hours. Current temperatures for you, widespread in the 30s right now. We're a little bit warmer than we were 24 hours ago, up to at least from 5 to about 10 degrees warmer, maybe even 12 degrees warmer than we were now, showing up again. So we're also seeing the winds coming up out of the southeast. They're whipping through right now, cutting all the way out to Minneapolis and beyond. And so right now that fog, low cloud activity is not really an issue currently. Kids going to school today, 39 degrees to start, with at least mostly cloudy, partly cloudy skies, with partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies getting into the afternoon. But by the time we get into 3 o'clock, you're going to be seeing conditions to be at least cloudy. We'll do the same for Eau Claire as well. Get out and enjoy it. Be safe out there.
In your consumer news this morning, all U.S. flights to Haiti are now grounded. The FAA has banned flights to the Caribbean nation for the next month after 3 U.S. planes were hit by gunfire over Port-au-Prince. The order comes as Haitian officials have already suspended local flights for a week due to escalating gang violence. All U.S. flights must now stay above 10,000 feet when near that country. Emergency contraceptive sales are surging after the election. Online retailers say sales of the morning after pill jumped 1,000% the day after President-elect Trump's victory. Healthcare providers say women are stocking up, concerned about future access to contraception. An Oregon school district is silent for the first time in 4 decades. 600 teachers at 21 schools walked out yesterday after contract talks broke down. The union is pushing for a 40-hour work week, more prep time, and better pay. Classes are canceled as negotiations resume today, with the superintendent calling the situation distressing, while teachers say they feel unheard. The Consumer Price Index report is coming out later this morning. That is an inflation gauge. The CPI looks at how prices urban consumers pay for certain goods and services change over time. Its release comes a day after a stark warning from a notable economist. Amy Kiley reports on why he's worried about inflation.
Larry Summers sounds concerned that the inflation genie may not be back in the bottle.
A notable economist is sounding an alarm bell. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers is known for correctly forecasting skyrocketing inflation in 2021. He said yesterday he worries the Federal Reserve is underestimating the risk of the economy overheating. He says he fears the Fed will be, quote, once burned, twice burned, instead of once burned, twice shy, when it comes to mitigating risks of inflation. That warning comes after back-to-back rate cuts.
I was struck by just how concerned Summers sounded that the Fed could be repeating those same mistakes of 3.5 years ago when they waited too long to put out the inflation fire.
But other economists say they can understand why the Fed cut rates.
They're more worried about employment. I think they get that the inflation issue has been resolved.
Many experts sound hopeful about inflation. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is among them.
We continue to be confident that with an appropriate recalibration of our policy stance, strength in the economy and the labor market can be maintained, with inflation moving sustainably down to 2%.
That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:18. Let's check in with Art for a look at our forecast.
All right, I'm going to shorten this weather up so we can give you an overview of what's going to happen as we get into next week as well. Showers coming in, as you can see, that'll be later on into the evening hours. That being said, you'll see it start off with cloudy skies going through the day. Now, these clouds right now are partly cloudy. They'll get to at least mostly cloudy skies and say within the next hour or so going into the 7 o'clock hour. Then we'll get into cloudy skies for the afternoon. You're seeing this rainfall stall a little bit. Then it flips over across the Mississippi, gets into around 5 o'clock here locally into areas by Winona and the Decorah as well as La Crosse. Then we'll see that lift up a little bit more so to Eau Claire. As that happens, you'll see a little bit of drier air sneak into the picture as well and start to formulate into this area, igniting a little bit more shower activity. You'll see it also getting a little bit stronger going to Madison, heading over to Chicago as well, with a lot of that moisture holding on to the areas with an area of low pressure associated with that. That will be over in the other direction away from us into the southeast. That being said, we'll pick up more of this drier air coming into the picture and we start to clear out skies. We're looking at about 2 a.m. in the morning. By the time we get into 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, that rainfall is out of the way and done. Clearing skies takes us right into 8 o'clock in the morning. We see drier skies working in the picture, as well as potential for at least mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies to finish out your day. That being said, take a look at what we're expecting here as we finish out the conditions for rainfall. Maybe 1/10 of an inch or less working through the area. It's about a 20% 50% chance for us today. Then we'll score some rainfall as we go a little bit farther south to Boscoville down to the south, about a half an inch or so. But once you get over to areas by Madison and then up into areas by Green Bay, you're looking at an inch, possibly to about 3/4 of an inch or less. The wind chill will be a part of that as well. Most of that kind of skirting through the area, and as that system lifts, it'll start to work its way up a little bit higher. But we're going to see these winds to keep us around the freezing mark in some cases, or just above that. Going into the afternoon, it begins to subside, and then we get back to seasonal average temperatures for us. We'll also see by 6 o'clock this also kind of gets out of the way, and we're done as that rainfall and cloudiness sticks with us. Highs for the day, 40s and some 50s into the picture today. We're going to be seeing mostly upper 40s to around the low 50s, kind of huddling down. Drier air coming up from the south again, working its way not only from the Gulf, but also from the Pacific. You can see that out by the Baja California area. And that's influxing more of that drier air into our area to the north, and that's where you'll see more of that storm activity by Chicago. As far as the ranges are concerned, you're looking at, again, temperatures holding on to the 40s and the 50s, but you're seeing a lot of folks just showing no rainfall in this picture. That doesn't happen until we finish out getting into the forecast, and that continues right through it. You're going to be seeing the possibility of drier conditions. Look at this right here. I just want to show you this real quick. We have some maybe showers to maybe a shower, maybe even moderate rainfall with, yeah, that's snow working into the picture for Monday, Tuesday, going into Wednesday, and you see how that continues to just kind of plume going into at least Wednesday, going into the afternoon. All right, that being said, take a look what I've got going on for you. 50s for the better part of the week, holding on with drier conditions going into your weekend. Back to you.
All right, Art, thank you. The time now is 6:21, still ahead. Health experts say your bathroom breaks may be too long and it could be hurting you. We'll have those details when we come back.
Coming up in the Blitz, quest for a 4P. The Aquinas football team mounting a wild comeback last Friday to keep their season alive. Here will the Blue Golds be ready for their next challenge. Next.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our fall bundle. Call and order yours today. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
It's the Veterans Day sale at Home Furniture, and everything is on sale in living room, dining room, bedroom, and mattresses. Take an extra 10% off sale prices or pay no interest for 3 years. Plus, all Christmas decor is 50% off. The Veterans Day sale at Home Furniture ends Friday.
Nutcracker Magical Christmas Ballet celebrates the season with America's favorite holiday tradition. Gather your loved ones and be enchanted by an all-star international cast. Returning to Pablo Center at the Confluence December 5th. Tickets at nutcracker.com.
Hey, it's Reed and Chelsea.
We got a message from Mr. Bobby Bones.
Hey everybody, Bobby Bones here. I just want to say thank you for listening to the Bobby Bones Show. We got some ratings back, and we are the #1 morning show, 18 to 49, right here in La Crosse. So thank you so much for listening to the Bobby Bones Show, for listening on Kicks 106.3. We hope to be your friends in the morning. And if you know somebody that hasn't checked us out, tell them, let them know. And again, thank you so much.
Kicks 106.3.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
During the Veterans Day mattress sale at Home Sleep Express, get 10% off sale prices on quality mattress brands Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep. Plus, get free delivery and setup. The Veterans Day sale, going on now at Home Sleep Express.
Start your holiday shopping with the Holman Locker and Meat Market. Order a double smoked ham, prime rib, fresh turkey, or smoked salmon. Create a custom gift basket. Don't forget the beer and the best beef jerky for your get-together. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to the Blitz. Big game Blue Gold. The Aquinas football team is back into the state semifinals for the 4th consecutive year. For the seniors, it's all they know, and it's the experience that's gotten them back to this point. It came down to the final seconds last week. Aquinas trailed by multiple scores with just a few minutes to go. But if you looked to the Blue Gold sidelines, they were calm, cool, and collected. Aquinas would go on to win after a late onside kick recovery, avenging their lone loss of the season to Columbus. It was a game the team will never forget.
I was telling my dad after the game, I was like, it just keeps getting better. Like, I'm never gonna get used to this feeling because I still get chills just talking about it every time.
For these guys, like, we get to do it together for another week, and that's the best part of it.
Now Aquinas turns their attention to Racine St. Catharines, a team that's 12-0 and are coming off a last-minute victory of their own. They've only given up more than 7 points just one time this season, so the Blue Gold offense has to be ready to go.
They've got a powerful defensive front, but we got to find a way to keep the rushing attempts. You know, you got to get yards, but you got to get the attempts just to keep them honest. Get a couple stops and, you know, find a way to move the chains and find a way to put the ball in the end zone.
We're just gonna go out there, play our normal game like we usually do, and trust each other and one another.
It'll be the Blue Golds versus the Angels at Madison La Follette High School for the Division IV state semifinals. We'll have those highlights on Friday night. Viterbo volleyball team opening up their conference tournament last night. V-Hawks on the attack here. They're the 1 seed, looking like it again against Trinity Christian. Caledonia grad right there is going to give her side a 5-point lead. Viterbo in full control in set 3, up 2 sets to none as Haley Halverson skies for the offensive attack and gets through the block. V-Hawks have yet to lose to a Chicagoland Conference foe this year. And last night was not going to be different. Jada Mitchell clicks return to sender on the block, and it's Grace Perrin adjusting to the pass in midair, going for the roll, and that works to perfection. Make it 15-0 in league play for the V-Hawks as they bring out the brooms and sweep the Trolls. They'll play in the semis Thursday at home. Bucks facing off with the Raptors in the opening stage game of the NBA Cup. Second quarter, Giannis going beast mode, bullying his way to the cup for the slam. Milwaukee would take an 11-point lead into the half. Then in the third quarter, it's the Greek Freak getting the block, and later in the possession, he's going to dish it to A.J. Green. He's going to spot up and nail the 3 to force a Toronto timeout. And then check out the vision from Antetokounmpo. Pass finds Ryan Rollins, sinks one of his 4 threes in the game. Bucks take this one by 14 over the Raptors. Maybe the NBA Cup will get the Bucks back on the right track for the rest of the season. Let's move to the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
I'm traveling the country today, just talking to everyday Americans, seeing if they'll make the switch from fossil fuels to geothermal heating and cooling. Have you ever considered using geothermal to fight climate change?
No. Somebody said we were going to be frozen over by now. What do you see?
Well, I did an energy audit on your house. Do you want to see it?
Can we turn the clock back? Save me all this money?
Sounds like I've convinced you to consider the fight against climate change.
That's a secondary benefit, but I mean, you know, I don't mind saving 40 grand.
FlexSteel, furniture for living, furniture for life. On sale now at Drury's and Fountain.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin invites you to experience the thrill of gaming like never before. With 6 locations across the state, there's something for everyone. Whether you're a slots enthusiast, a poker pro, or prefer the excitement of table games, we've got you covered. Plus, indulge in delicious dining options, live entertainment, and exclusive promotions that add even more excitement to your visit. Come join the fun at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin.
When I called other lawyers, I wasn't even sure who was going to be representing me. Once I called BGR and talked to Brian, I felt secure immediately. I'm so glad that I called Bigoff and Rohde.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
In your morning medical news, the water you drink might be different after the next president takes office. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is expected to take a spot in the new Trump administration, and he wants public water systems to remove fluoride. So why is fluoride added to tap water? Jeff Wagner explains the benefits and why some want to take it out.
Brushing your teeth when we start and end the day keeps them healthy. And in between those times, drinking a glass of tap water, especially in Minnesota, can do the same.
Is it constantly being added?
As long as we're making water, yes.
Justine Rowe is the water quality supervisor at St. Paul Regional Water Services.
And we are mandated by Minnesota State statute to add fluoride to the drinking water.
Fluoride, shown here in crystal form, is a mineral naturally found in fresh and salt water, but in much of the U.S., a tiny amount more is added at water treatment plants to help prevent tooth decay. Every day, bacteria in our mouths create acid, which remove minerals from a tooth's enamel. Fluoride replaces those minerals, making teeth more resistant to the acid. The CDC considers it one of the 10 greatest public health interventions of the 20th century, leading to a dramatic decline in cavities after 1945, when community fluoridation started.
How much fluoride is added to the water?
Well, the Department of Health says that we have to add at least 0.5 and not more than 0.9 parts per million. So we target 0.7.
That target, 7 parts per million, is the equivalent of 3 drops of water in a 55-gallon barrel. Most Americans, or about 63%, receive fluoridated water through a community water system. In Minnesota, that number is 98%, since state law mandates fluoridating water. In Wisconsin, where it's up to each municipality, it's 84%. But in states like Utah and Montana, less than half of the population drink water treated with fluoride.
What brings you to this spring?
I like the idea of a wild spring and fresh, live water.
At the Frederick Miller Spring in Eden Prairie, cars line up to load up on fresh spring water.
I water my plants with it, I drink it.
It's not treated with anything, including fluoride, which some prefer.
Should have never been put in there in the first place, in my opinion.
Her concern is shared by Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who wants fluoride removed for health reasons. Earlier this year, a federal study determined with moderate confidence that there is a link between higher levels of fluoride exposure and lower IQ in kids. It was based on other countries where fluoride levels were twice the recommended limit for drinking water.
I don't think necessarily it needs to be banned all across the board, but I think there should be studies done.
If the Trump administration recommends removing fluoride, state and local governments still get the final say. Your toothpaste and mouthwash also likely contain fluoride. With sickness spreading and holidays ahead, it's time for your shot check. Experts say there is still time to protect yourself against this season's respiratory viruses. The CDC has lowered the age for pneumonia vaccines to 50. That's down from 65. And RSV shots now recommended for pregnant women, high-risk adults over 60, and everyone over 75. Doctors say it's also the perfect time to get your COVID and flu vaccines.
That's easy. It's not too late, and you can get them both at the same time, according to the CDC. So, it takes a couple of weeks for them to kick in. It's about 2 weeks and 2 days from Thanksgiving, very late day for Thanksgiving. So go ahead and get them.
So you should get them.
Dr. LaPook recommends wearing a mask when you're in crowded spaces with poor ventilation. Why bathroom breaks shouldn't be a time to scroll your phone. Experts say spending too much time on the toilet could put your health at risk. Doctors warn the open seat compresses blood vessels, strains muscles, and may lead to more serious issues. The solution is to keep your bathroom visits to 10 minutes or less. Happening today, a chance to give the gift of life in Tomah. Tomah Health and Versiti Blood Center hosting a 2-day blood drive at Recreation Park that'll run from noon to 5. Donors must be at least 17, weigh 110 pounds, and bring a photo ID. 16-year-olds can donate with parent permission. Everyone who tries to donate will be entered to win a $50 gift card to Hilliker Tree Farm. You can sign up at the website on your screen. Oakleaf Clinic is opening another urgent care, this one on Eau Claire's south side. The clinic will be open 7 days a week. Hours vary. Officials say the new clinic will help fill the gap in healthcare services following the closure of HSHS and Prevail locations. Eau Claire emergency rooms have seen a spike in ER visits since then. It is getting to look a lot like Christmas in Riverside Park. If you haven't noticed, crews and volunteers are busy setting up the 30th annual Rotary Lights display. They're installing everything from candy canes to twinkling trees. This year's show has some new surprises, including a light-up maze and a festival tunnel under the Lacrosse Center.
This year is going to be kind of special because we're lighting the tunnel underneath the Lacrosse Center, which will be one of our new displays, and have a new entrance down there, so it'll be kind of nice to be able to do that.
The opening ceremony and fireworks is on November 29th. Some people complain that Christmas decorations are up too early. No, I am not one of them. However, residents in one Iowa neighborhood say there's an exception to the rule. Seeing Christmas trees and lights in their area in November serves a special purpose, as Pepper Purpura reports.
Putting the final touches in place to brighten spirits ahead of the holidays.
If one person drives by and feels happiness in their heart, then I've done my job.
After more than 2 months of setup and thousands spent on decorations, John Reichard's dream of lighting up his street is a reality.
More the merrier. I invite everybody to come by and see it because it is very pretty when it gets dark out.
Up and down East Franklin Avenue in Indianola, Reichard installed Christmas decor on every lawn, creating a light show that's already drawing eyes.
Hearing the kids walk down the street and, yell at their mom or dad, look at this, let's go look at this.
Although seeing the adoring faces of his community is an enjoyable sight, Reichard says there's one special woman that motivated the effort, his wife.
Hearing his story and knowing what it means to him, I think just makes it all the more special and why he's doing it.
Reichard's wife has Alzheimer's. He says lighting up the street was his way to make a memory with her.
And she will remember this. And she wanted Christmas, so I give her Christmas.
So that each time she looks outside this season, she's reminded of his love for her.
So sweet. Time now is 6:38. Here is News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect for our morning commute. Art, I know you were eyeing some Christmas decorations yesterday.
Yeah, I was. That's only because I was standing next to you, though, and that's how it is. Too soon for me, but that's a wonderful story, by the way. Breezy and gusty conditions out there right now, so it's a bit brisk out there currently. Then once we get deeper into the afternoon, those winds will begin to subside. We'll get into some PM showers, so your evening commute, they'll be light, and then they'll start to pick up a little bit more so once we get around the 8 o'clock hour and the overnight hours and beyond. That will start to move into the area. We're not looking at a lot of rainfall here, and just remember, it is light. You'll get into the late and overnight hours, and that'll finish up around, say, the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock hour in the morning. Here's a look at the rainfall right now, working in the Twin Cities. If you're heading out to go to the airport, just remember you're heading out to some rainfall, maybe even a shower or two, maybe even a shower to a storm kind of associated with that as well. Looking pretty decent. Okay, we get a little bit closer here for you, get a better view of that, how that all plays out. Then we'll show you the cloud cover. We're starting out partly cloudy skies, and those clouds will increase and spread across the area. We'll get into mostly cloudy skies to start the afternoon, then get into cloudy skies for the better part of the day. We'll have current temperatures for you in the 30s, widespread right now, heading on out. Human comfort, a little bit tough out there. It's a little bit breezy and brisk out there. As far as the pets, a little bit also on the cooler side for them. You're looking at temperatures, though. We're at least about 5 to about 10 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. When I come back, we'll give you a better overview of what's happening. But for now, coming up in our Buzz Report, Yale is offering a class about Beyonce. Hey, can I get in now? How a teacher is using the music icon to learn about things other than music. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
At Ashley, it's not just Black Friday. It's the Ashley stain-resistant fabric, Where Have You Been All My Life Black Friday event. But don't wait. It's also the Ashley You Can Save Up to $1,000 store-wide Black Friday event.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the board store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the board store home improvements.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger. You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative is there to help you power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland,
as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor. Like really rich.
So rich. Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt. From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
At Ashley, it's not just Black Friday. It's the Ashley, there's no way my husband's snoring is going to keep me awake now Black Friday event. But don't wait, because it's also the Ashley, you can get 0% interest for 72 months Black Friday event.
All right, we're starting out your morning here right about now. Dry for most of the day. We'll also be seeing a few evening commute showers pop into the picture, with wet conditions popping into the picture as we go into the 8 o'clock hour and overnight tonight. I've already mentioned that before. We're also going to be seeing current visibility here. And not much in the way of dense fog, but you'll see some patchy fog by Black River Falls, getting into areas by Sparta. Some of that could possibly get into the river valleys for La Crosse, but for now the winds are tracking up to at least 18 to 20 miles per hour in some cases, and so that may not be a real issue as far as fog is concerned for folks that are south of Black River Falls. Getting into the day today for La Crosse, we're looking from 7 a.m. all the way to 1 p.m. We have at least temperatures running from 39 to at least 48 degrees, and so we're going to see that wind chill still holding on to us as we go right into at least the early to mid-morning hours. Then it's going to back off for us as we get closer to the afternoon. Early showers, as I mentioned before, we're going to be showing you how this all plays out. Slowly but surely that rainfall is tracking already here. It's moving pretty fast. It's a little ahead of time right now. We'll see it stall a little bit as we go into the latter portion, or into the middle to latter portion of the afternoon. Then it drifts over, as you can see, by 5 o'clock, pops in the picture, areas by La Crosse as well as Decorah. Then we'll see it lifts up a little bit more to Eau Claire. You'll get a little light sprinkle to a shower out of that. Then you see the heavier stuff starting to move in underneath areas by Madison, heading out to Chicago. Some of that also by Mason City and heading underneath Prairie du Chien and working across the area. So fortunately, we're missing out on that. So we'll see this continue on as we go through the 9 o'clock hour tonight. Then at the midnight hour, you'll see some lighter showers, maybe a sprinkle or two with drier air influxing into the picture. That'll also start to wrap around some of that moisture. You see heavier rainfall well to the west bank there of the Lake Michigan. Then you'll see drier conditions by the time we get in the 8 a.m. hour. We're dry. So by 4 o'clock in the morning, we're dry with clear skies out there, and that'll continue as we finish out the day. I also want to show you as we finish this out, going into the rain amounts, we're looking at maybe 1/4 of an inch or less. Down to the south, you're looking at maybe 1/2 an inch or less. You're seeing more of an inch or so as you go along the west bank of Lake Michigan there, getting out of the area. That being said, here's the wind chill that I've mentioned. You'll see we'll still be feeling temperatures that are around freezing, in some cases to at least maybe the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock hour. Then we get out of that. Here's a look at your highs for the day, a mix of upper 40s and some low 50s, and then the rainfall that sneaks in, turning from rain into particularly snow. As you can see that working from Minneapolis into the northern portion of the area, continuing on as we finish out right throughout Monday through Wednesday with that happening. As far as that's concerned, take a look at what I've got going on for you. 50s widespread across the board with drier conditions coming in for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
In our Morning Buzz report, Beyonce is heading to Yale in the classroom, the Ivy League university, launching a new course on the superstar's impact on Black culture and history. The class will use Beyonce's music from 2013's Beyonce to this year's Cowboy Carter to teach about Black intellectuals from Frederick Douglass to Toni Morrison. Denzel Washington says he won't put his signature on too many more movies before he retires, but one could be a Marvel movie. The Oscar winner, who will be 70 next month, told Australia's Today Show he has just a few more projects in mind, and that, quote, Ryan Coogler is writing a part for me in the next Black Panther.
Bridget, you're a widow with 2 wonderful children. My advice to you is put your own oxygen mask on first. I've set you up on Tinder.
What's Tinder?
Bridget Jones is searching for her next great love in the film Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. Advertised as the franchise's final chapter, the film picks up the British woman's story 4 years after the death of her husband. It streams on Peacock February 13th.
I always believe that if you have got enough ambition, you can make it anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elton John.
Elton John has been making music and headlines for more than half a century. A new documentary focuses on 2 critical periods of his life and career. The film looks at the Rocket Man's rise to stardom and the lead up to his 2022 North American farewell concert at Dodger Stadium. All right, Bridget Jones and Elton John, 2 British icons, right?
Right.
Love
yeah.
Bridget Jones, yeah. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Reed is turning 8 months old today, and he loves to cuddle and is always smiling.
Addie is turning 8. She loves to dance and spend time with her family.
How about Andre? He's also turning 8 years old today. He loves to watch sports and learning new things.
If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button on the home tab on our website.
The time now is 6:48. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next.
Join a group of mighty hunters with LCT's production of Deer Camp. Tickets are on sale now. Call or stop into the LCT box office or visit lacrossetheater.org.
Stock up this month with the Holman Locker and Meat Market's 10-pound sale. Save on pork loin roast, ground beef, chicken breast, and chuck roast. Please call to order. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
If your home is looking drab, trade it in. Trade it in. The furniture's old and yucky, trade it in. Trade it in. If you're seeking a solution, then King's your resolution. If you're tired of your look, then trade it in. Trade it in.
At King's Trade-In Sale, trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments at the King Furniture Trade-In Sale.
Trade it in!
Really outdone yourselves this year.
Thanks, Santa.
Families come to Menards to get everything they need to create holiday memories that will last a lifetime. Visit our Enchanted Forest today and get these great deals on holiday decor. Now at Menards.
More season's greetings to you all from Menards.
One of the biggest mistakes you can make when shopping for a car is committing to a loan payment. Once you do that, you've lost control over the entire transaction. Control over the price of the car, what you're gonna get in trade, maybe even your interest rate. So if you want someone to help you along with this transaction, give me a call or one of my great loan officers.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our fall bundle. Call and order yours today. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Join a group of mighty hunters with LCT's production of Deer Camp. Tickets are on sale now. Call or stop into the LCT box office or visit lacrossetheater.org.
It's officially cozy season.
You're the coolest.
Let's go!
You've set quite a vibe here.
That's how we roll.
Gunning Drew Barrymore show. Gunning Drew Barrymore show. This is the best interview I've ever done.
Yes!
Can I do that?
How fun is this? You won't want to miss it.
Weekdays at 3 on News 8. Download the News 8000 app today.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Welcome back at 6:51. Time for your morning news now. The arraignment for 52-year-old Shane Helmbrecht is on hold. His lawyer is trying to appeal his latest competency hearing. Helmbrecht is accused of killing his neighbor Jen Ward in 2016. At the time, he allegedly told police he heard voices telling him his neighbors were eating babies. In September, an Eau Claire judge said he was fit to stand trial. A Tennessee woman accused of driving through a Christmas display in Chippewa Falls has been sentenced. It happened last December. Police say 33-year-old Ebony Hudson drove through the holiday display in Irvine Park. She's now been sentenced to 11 months in jail and ordered to pay $6,000 in damages. New this morning, the Monroe County Sheriff's Department says a 7-hour manhunt ended with an arrest. According to investigators, it started around 1 p.m. yesterday when State Patrol tried stopping a vehicle in Juneau County. After a brief pursuit, troopers backed off for public safety, but hours later, Monroe County deputies spotted the same vehicle near Toma. The driver, 39-year-old Demetrius Johnson, crashed into a ditch and ran into the woods. A drone team eventually spotted him around 8:30 last night. With the help of a K-9 unit, deputies took him into custody. Some breaking news. The New York Times is reporting this morning U.S. Special Counsel Jack Smith plans to step down before President Trump takes office. Smith, of course, bringing 2 cases against Trump, one accusing him of withholding classified documents, the other accusing him of attempting to overturn the 2020 election. Trump has denied those charges. And Trump heading to the White House today to meet with President Biden as part of a transition of power. First Lady Jill invited Melania Trump, but sources say she won't attend. Declining enrollment forcing more cuts at Viterbo University. 13 positions will be eliminated on campus over the next 6 months, including 9 faculty members. It's the second round of layoffs this year, as undergraduate enrollment has dropped 25% in the last 5 years.
I work in the admissions office, and I've kind of heard that, this is a low year for our first-year students on campus. So we're definitely working really hard right now to recruit students.
In a statement, Viterbo's president said it's a difficult environment for higher education, but the university is taking hard but necessary steps to balance the budget. Happening today, La Crosse planners want your input on the future of transportation. The La Crosse Area Planning Committee hosting an open house this afternoon at the County Administration Building. The group is updating its long-term plan, which could include new bike lanes, automated bus fares, and demand-based parking. It runs from 4 to 6 in room 1107. You can share your thoughts also in an online survey. Local schools are joining forces to fight hunger on Alaska, Holman, and La Crescent Hoka, teaming up with DBS Group for Giving Tuesday. Each elementary school has a goal of collecting 250 food items. If they succeed, DBS Group will donate $500 to each school.
We feel really fortunate to live and work in this area, and we believe that one of the supporting local schools and our local students is one of the most impactful ways that we can give back to the community.
DBS Group also doing a Level Up Learning Challenge with the school district.
All right, take a look at the rainfall that I have for you right now. It is looks ominous, but we're expecting light rainfall. I would suspect that we're going to get some of this going in to finish out the latter portion of your afternoon. Excuse me. So you may want to take your umbrella with you just in case, and some of your rain gear. We'll see some lighter rainfall to continue through the evening hours. In fact, we'll see this go all the way into the overnight and end at around, say, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. This morning. All right, tomorrow morning. We'll also be picking up 50s widespread today and a little bit of that tomorrow as well. Holding on to some sunshine coming in the afternoon to partly cloudy skies. Dry for Friday going into Saturday and Sunday, but rainfall, maybe even some snow coming in for next week.
All right, thank you, Art. If books could talk, this one would have quite the story. A copy of the early work of Aubrey Beardsley, originally checked out in 1973, has finally returned to its home library 51 years later. A Boston resident who found the rare book took it to the Cambridge Library, where staff realized it actually belonged to Worcester. They sent it back with a note, some Massachusetts spelling on this morning.
I know, right? Yeah.
The fine for such a late return was nearly $2,000, but fortunately, Worcester Library stopped charging late fees in 2020, hoping to encourage more returns. Well, it worked, right? $2,000 late fee, wow. That's a big thing.
That's
a lot of time
else.
to be missing.
Right.
Thank you for starting your morning with us. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your day.